In this thing called life, we are the losers. Yes, we have all lost life's lottery because we have become cogs in the machine. It's like we've been transported back in time, working in the factory for 12 hours, sewing shirtwaists, and the windows are locked. Oopsie! What happens when it catches on fire and we all die? Life tends to feel that way in our modern society of 2025. If you are in the middle class, if you're older, or if you are in a caring profession, doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, we're all caught in this hamster wheel where we work endlessly for the carrot that doesn't exist. In this video, I am Casey Ann Reynolds. I make videos to increase your health, wealth, and happiness. This is my Wednesday video that's getting released on a Saturday. My schedule got screwed up with Mother's Day. And it's my darker, more improv video, and you never know what you're going to get. So you want to hit subscribe, like, and notify, and put some comments below if you feel that modern day life, modern day society is just a bus without the wheels. It's going nowhere for the middle class. I think we all feel this way. I am 58, but I think people younger feel that way. So the title of this video is Self-Care is a Lie. And I was inspired to do this video after doing my video on self-love, which you need to watch. Oopsie, what's the problem with self-love? Is that it takes time. I run 30 minutes, which is actually the recommendation by the US government. So I get my 30 minutes in every day, and then I prepare healthy, nutritious meals. I food prep. I lift weights. I get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. I practice stress management. When I was working in the teaching world, do you know how much time I had for any of that? About 10 minutes. And it's the same in the corporate world. It is the absolute same from my fellow YouTubers that I watch your videos. Thank you, Laugh Lines and Lessons. She's my favorite. Sheila, I love her. So she talks about the exact same struggles. But I'm going to give you the teaching perspective, and I think it's worse in the corporate perspective. I am out. I left that island 2 years ago. Couldn't be more happy. My whole life has changed. And I will make an upcoming video about that, about how much my life has changed after quitting a toxic teaching job at the age of 56 to be a breakfast server. I was like, yeah, I'd rather make, at that time, my first serving job was like 20 bucks an hour. And I'm like, I'll take it. Thank you. I'll take it. I will take making $20 an hour. I will take that with my little teaching pension, which I think is like $1,200 a month. And I live in an expensive area of the country, to get the hell off this island and get me out of here fast. But here's the thing that would really upset and just make me super annoyed. Is this, especially when we came back from pandemic, was like, ooh, self-care. Are you taking your bubble bath at the end of the day? Practicing your belly breaths. Did you drink some hot tea? It's all better if you just practice self-care. Right. And then we actually build an industry, and commercialism actually start to take over self-care, as if a monthly massage is going to help navigate the panic attacks that you're getting every day from working 12 hours a day. Again, we have not changed. I am blue collar, middle class since my family came over here, basically, I think in the mid 1800s. We've been in the US for a long time. Sorry, recent immigrants, it doesn't get any better. I still feel like a slave, not anymore because I have my freedom. I became an eagle and flew away. What spirit animal do you want to be, Miss Reynolds? I'm going to be an eagle and fly off this damn island as fast as I possibly can. And I'm going to attack you with my talons if you ask me that stupid question one more time. While you're handing me piles and piles of paperwork that will take me at least 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, right? So again, I'm going to tell you the horror stories of teaching, and I've had a really crazy situation teaching in Tennessee. I taught at urban schools, and I taught at schools in poverty, and then I've taught middle class schools, and I taught at very wealthy schools. So I definitely have a lot of teaching experience. I have incredible test scores. I don't want anyone to think that I was some sort of degenerate teacher. No, some of the best scores in the state of Tennessee, certified in like 12 different subjects and well thought of and respected. But yet, I myself was feeling this pressure that I had to quit, even with no reliable income source short of serving breakfast and a little $1,200 a month pension. That was it. I don't have a huge retirement savings. It's comfortable, but I can't access that for a couple more years. So it was a leap of faith. Leap of faith has paid off tremendously. You need to watch my video on that second career. Yeah, I'm actually doubled my income in 2 years. So yeah, live your dreams, friends. My message from this video is to live your dreams, because self-care is a lie. It's a sham. So I'm gonna just give you an example of one of my days in the worst school I ever worked at, which is an urban school in Nashville. It's a high school. I had something like 120 some students. I had to teach subjects I was not certified in, like Spanish, which I don't even speak. I had to collect 2 grades every day on all the students, and also check in with my advisory on their social emotional health. And every conversation I had with anybody in the school, any student, any admin, a fellow teacher that's just like talking about another student, had to be documented on to this program, right? This Power School or something like that. I'm forgetting all of it. Thank you, Jesus. I've forgotten most of the names of all those horrible programs that I had to log into every day. I was responsible for all this social emotional learning. And so we'd have these little faculty meetings, and they're like, ooh, let's do some stretching. Who's your superhero of the day? Did you have a bubble bath, Miss Reynolds? Why are you so stressed? Why am I stressed? Because I'm sitting doing my planning, and next door to me, I hear chairs getting thrown against the wall of teenage kids that just got out of jail, and many had loaded guns. It's been on the news. And they pulled the teacher out of the room and sprayed that teacher's face with mace. Yeah. I had a student in my class where I would bribe her with hot chocolate so she wouldn't kill me because she had killed people. But yeah, she's my student. Yeah, a bubble bath's not going to help that, friends. No, a bubble bath's not going to help. Even a bubble bath and 2 bottles of wine isn't going to be able to take all that stress. So in American society, what have we gotten away from? This basic right. That's why I have that video on Manana Life. I really prefer to stay in the United States, especially because, you know, my sons and just my family and friends and such like that. Why can't we have Manana Life in America? Why? I don't understand. Is it so horrible for us to have an hour for lunch? Is it so horrible that everything doesn't have to be done right this second? Is it so horrible that we don't have to carry our phones around and check all the apps? I mean, I know when I was a teacher that I was checking my cell phone and apps, because I think I had like 5 apps I had to check. I was checking them at about 5 a.m. in the morning until 10 p.m. every night, even the weekends. I was responsible, even our days off. Yeah. There's no day off, because any student at any time could make up a lie about you, which happened after pandemic. It was getting to be a very common occurrence with a TikTok challenge, how to attack your teacher. It was really ugly, and the kids did not get in any trouble for it, which is one of the reasons I got out of teaching. It was just getting absolutely ridiculous. Self-care is not the answer. And I know in the corporate world, corporate friends out there, put in the comments below, I watch you. I watch you do as much stressful things as I had to do as a teacher, but guess what? They gotta look beautiful while they're doing it. Teachers look horrible. Teachers look like death freaking warmed over. We had a teacher that died at work. Yeah, before the age of 60 in a major heart attack. Okay? I've seen teachers lose every hair on their head, practically. High blood pressure, having strokes. I saw a teacher not get released to go get her cancer treatment. Okay, I've seen the health effects of this toxic shame, this toxic stress, this toxic amount of students, parents, and admin constantly attacking you for 8 hours, and the attacks don't stop because you are forever obligated to be checking that phone, just waiting for another attack. And for a person with generalized anxiety disorder like I have, and a lot of people have, and I'm not ashamed to admit, that's stressful. So I had to get away from that environment. I didn't care if I was going to work at Waffle House. I was going to get away from that environment. I was going to get away from that environment and just the constant, unending stress of the paperwork, the documentation. But my friends in the corporate world, they do all that and they can look beautiful. Teachers look like death warmed over. I try not to, but I see a lot of my teachers' friends. Yeah, death warmed over is the teaching look. The admin's like, ooh, you know, my staff is working hard. They look like death warmed over every day. But not in the corporate world, you know, everybody's got to look so bougie and they've got to have the perfect blowout and the false eyelashes, wearing the stiletto heels, carrying that Louis Vuitton purse, and they're still working as hard as we are. Still working. This needs to stop, this freaking insanity of this American lifestyle. It's not doing us any good. We have the worst health in the world. No, it's time for sanity to come back. We need to develop a mañana lifestyle so that it's not just all about money and work. Because you know what? Those windows are locked in our factory and the fire is coming and we can't get out.